What is going on, YouTube? It's your buddy Double D bringing you some Destiny multiplayer here while I talk about my thoughts and impressions on the multiplayer aspect of Destiny. A little later on, I will be releasing a Strike PvE, that's player versus environment thoughts and impressions, but currently I wanted to get to my favorite part of the game, which is in fact multiplayer. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. These guys did an amazing job, and I wanted to talk about a couple of things that they did fantastic jobs on, and then a couple of things that I may or may not have done myself, and then I'll leave you guys with a couple of tips and tricks to help you guys hopefully perform a little better in multiplayer Destiny. Now, first off, one of the best things that I think they did in this game was cap out the amount of Crucible marks that you can get in a week at 100. And the reason that that is an amazing idea is because that keeps an even level playing field. You know, usually you're playing these games, you've got gear to grind out, be it an MMO or whatever, and it's all about who has the most free time on their hand, which, let's face it, us adults, we've got full-time jobs, we have significant others, we have lives, we like sunlight. You know, these things kind of hinder us when it comes to grinding out gear. But what they did is, when you can only earn 100 marks a week, you can play all you want. It does not matter. As long as I'm still playing to my minimum of 100 marks a week, we are going to stay on an even level playing field. Now, you might level up your Crucible rank faster, which is a big deal because you have to be level 3, I believe, to even purchase any Crucible gear. And you might get more drops because you're playing more frequently. But as far as actual Crucible marks, you are not going to get any Crucible gear that way faster than I am, regardless of how much you play compared to me. And that's awesome. It keeps it fun for everybody. And it also increases the longevity of the game because now, you know, you can't grind out all the gear that you need in the first week and then go, all right, well, I'm done with this game. I got everything I needed to get. So great job. Kudos to Bungie for doing that. Just a great idea all the way around. Now, the other thing that I really, really like, and this is a small thing, but I really like the fact that they took the attrition aspect from Titanfall, where when you're playing Control, not only do your flag caps get you points, but the kills also get you points. So there's an incentive to do more than just cap flags, and there's an incentive to do more than just kill. And the maps are the perfect size, minus the moon base. We'll talk about that later. The maps are the perfect size because they're small enough to where people can continually, you know, flow from flag to flag while constantly engaging in firefights. You know, you'll see in this video, I'm just kind of running a circle around the map and I'm capping flags, and I'm always running into people. I'm having a blast doing it. It's great. It's fast-paced. It's action. There's no camping. So that's another great map design. You know, that was one of the bigger gripes that I had for Call of Duty Ghosts was that the maps were just huge. You'd be playing a 6v6 team deathmatch, and you'd always go to time limit because you couldn't find anyone. So the maps definitely play a huge part. Now, what I would have changed. Speaking of the moon base, I understand that, you know, everyone kind of likes the big open map, and I actually don't even mind the moon base map. You know, occasionally you'll get the guy camping in C, or no, is it C or A? It's A. You know, I ran into this guy. Get stuck, son. Look at that. And get off my flag. I ran into a guy the other day who he would spawn in A and then immediately turn around and jump up onto the mountain and just sit there with a sniper rifle. But it's okay because when the sniper rifle's aiming down sights at you, you see this little flashlight looking at you. It's great. So even though he was camping, I always knew where he was going to be. You know, I could tell when he was looking at me, when he wasn't looking at me. It was great. But my biggest problem is going to be the vehicles on the map Moon. And it's just the Moon map because I forget what the other vehicle is that... not the other vehicle, sorry. I forget what the other map is that has the vehicles, but I don't mind them quite so much on that map. Excuse me, because on that map, you cannot drive the vehicles onto the flags. For whatever reason, they decided that being able to put a tank inside a building on the moon base was a great idea. And that's the most frustrating thing because, you know, a guy will get in a tank and he just won't get out, and then he'll just sit and cap flags. He can cap the C flag, I know, and then you can cap the A flag with your motorbike. It's just a little ridiculous. I think they have way too much health. I think they do way too much damage. and I really don't understand why they can get in buildings. But again, I don't mind it on the map that is not. I feel like it's Venus or something. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I don't mind it because as long as I'm playing the objectives and staying inside a building, there's not a whole lot that the moon bikes and things can do to me, and I feel like that's the way it should be. I feel like the option for people to engage in vehicle versus vehicle combat should be there if they so desire, but I really don't feel like I should be forced to hop on a vehicle just to, either get away or combat someone that is on a vehicle as well. But that's a small drop in the bucket compared to every other thing that they did fantastic in this game. Now, let's go ahead and get into some tips and tricks for you guys. First off, assault rifle. That's all you need to know. Assault rifle. If you are not using an auto rifle currently, the way the game is, you're probably not doing as well as you possibly could be. And that's something that I could see changing because see Bungie changing somehow, either through nerfing auto rifles or buffing the other guns, or even adding gear that gives bonuses other than just reload speed and ammo carry to some of the different weapons, because currently I've played with all of the weapons and I can do well with the hand cannon, and it's actually kind of fun. When I'm just trying to have fun, I will play with the hand cannon. It's very rewarding. You have to really time your shots and aim your shots, but I mean, it's a two headshot kill. But if I'm trying hard, or if I'm trying to win, or if I'm trying to get some really, really, really good gameplay going in, I'm always using an auto rifle, and usually a shotgun. The only time that I'll even possibly think about putting on a sniper rifle is going to be on Moonbase, just because it's so open, and there's not a lot of close quarters combat going on right there. Now, with that being said, currently your best bet is going to be that auto rifle. I hope they do change it in the future, because I would like to see something, a little variety other than just, shotgun assault rifle without being punished for it. I don't want to feel like I'm I'm hindering myself because I'm not using an auto rifle. And that's just currently, if you're not using an auto rifle, you are putting yourself at a disadvantage. So that's your first tip. You guys ought to be running that auto rifle. I see a lot of guys out there with the fusion rifle. I'm not a big fan of it. If it works for you, great, but I really like the shotgun in the secondary. A lot of the times what I'll do is I'll be shooting a guy from far away, and then he'll run up to try and melee me. I see him running towards me. I know he's not going to try and shoot me, so I just go ahead and swap over to my shotgun, let him get close, and bam, he's dead. Now, the other tip for you guys, live and die by the double jump. Now, what that means is, if you're fighting someone, you should be double jumping pretty much as soon as you hit the ground. Double jump, hit the ground. Double jump, hit the ground. What that does is that just kind of, disorientates your opponent. It confuses them as to where you are, and it also keeps you moving, which makes you a harder target for anybody else who might be watching that fight, be it a sniper or his buddy next to you, whatever. Moving targets are harder to hit, and yes, it is harder to aim when you're double jumping, but eventually you will get the hang of it. Here comes pro tip number 3. When you guys see heavy ammo, go get that heavy ammo. Light machine gun. That's the way to go. You guys see right now I'm using it, and I am absolutely tearing through people. I know people like to use the rocket launcher. Ooh, it's a good time. A good light machine gun with a really high rate of fire will mess people up 9 times out of 10, because as soon as they start getting shot and they see their hit points going down like that, they panic and they go, oh my god, and then they stop aiming. And when people stop aiming at you in this game, that's when you get the kill. Now, the final tip that I will give you guys is get used to aiming at the head. When you play PvE and you're doing your strikes, go ahead and get used to playing and shooting the targets in the head, because it will bypass the shields and people go down a whole lot quicker with a whole lot less bullets when you're hitting them in the head in this game. And as a matter of fact, if you come to a 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3 fight, the only chance that you have is to kill that first person quickly with headshots, because let's face it, you're not going to get a whole lot of reload time. So I hope those tips and tricks helped you guys out, and I'm going to leave you with this awesome little clip. You see, I stuck some guy with a sticky grenade, and I shot him, then my boy Ego came around, super punched every single one of them. It was pretty hot. We were going kind of crazy on the mic. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys got something out of it. If you did, go ahead, leave a thumbs up, like it, subscribe it, share the video. Let me know if you want to see anything in particular, a little class build maybe. Keep an eye out for my PvE thoughts and impressions video, which will be coming out shortly. And other than that, not a whole lot. So I will catch you guys later. This is Double D signing out. Peace.